Today I am going to be making a cake for my brother's birthday. I already made a pound cake batter and I'm going to put it in the pan and my mom will put it in the oven. My mom will be baking the cake and use parental supervision. I have some star shapes and some planets and some rocket ships, and these are fondant molds. So I'm going to be putting the fondant inside so I could make the shapes. So first you take, what I did, I mixed in white and I also dyed the other fondant color yellow and I mixed them together to make this color. It's light, so I think that's good for the rocket ship, so that's what I'm doing. It's kind of hard to get in, but you'll get used to it. And here is the rocket ship, and here are the rest of them. Now I am going to be making Saturn and the Earth. I am putting Saturn in black because I want both of them to have different colors. Now I am going to be taking them out. The best way is that you could just pull it out like this. You do that and it comes out easy. Also might want to shake already. Now I am getting a pizza cutter so I could smooth out the edges a little bit. Okay. So now I'm going to be taking the rest of them out. I made stars, so now I am going to be taking them out. Now I made all the shapes. They are all right here. And these are all the molds, stars. And these are the planets and the spaceships. So you could also use these shapes if you don't have the molds, because it is easier if you don't have these. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I also added yellow and black to make this color. So now I'm going to make it thick. We are going to be using a rolling pan, but don't roll it too much if you want it to be like 3D. Okay, move that aside. This one to be a little thin. That is good. And if you have a lot of fondant, if you want, you could put flour, but you don't need to. So now, here's a trick. You just put it down like here, and then you take the rolling pin, and you squeeze it down really hard, and then take off the excess, like that, and plop it out like this, and here is your beautiful star. And I'm going to be putting edible gold to the stars to make them look shinier, but you don't need to if you don't have enough money. Put a little water to have a better product. Stars, so they look shinier and they might look a little gold. Okay, now I'm going to do it to the rest of them. I'm adding blue dust to the earth. Only add a little. Okay, now you get the water, but there's already water on my brush, so that's fine. So now we get it and put it all over the planet. Get a nice blue color. That's really nice, and it stands out a lot. Only a little water is fine, because if you put a lot, it's going to stand out. I just got the cake out of the oven, and now I'm going to be cooling it for 1 hour. I cut the cake so I could make the height good. Now I'm going to be putting whipped cream on this cake pot. I covered this cake with whipped cream. Now I'm going to be covering it with fondant. I am going to be doing a marble effect and only add 1 drop of blue food coloring because a little goes a long way. Now mix it well because it needs to be blue. Now I am going to be rolling out the fondant. Roll it until it is very thin because the fondant will cover the whole cake. Now I am going to be putting the fondant on top of the cake. Now I am done covering the cake with fondant. I put fondant on the cake and now I'm going to make a rope border. I made the fondant into a rope shape and now I'm going to cut it in half. Okay, I am going to tie the ropes together like this. You put one there, and now the other here, and keep on going. Now I made the rope. It's supposed to look like a braid, but now I am wrapping the ropes around the cake and also add water. Now I am mixing the white fondant and the blue fondant together. Now I have to cover this small part of cake. I took white and blue fondant to make a nice marble effect. Now I'm going to be putting the fondant on the cake. Now get a pizza cutter or any sharp item and cut the excess. I am stacking this cake on top of this cake and then I'm gonna add the decorations. You could put water or whipped cream to make it stick. For me, I'm using whipped cream. First, I'm gonna put the special golden star here. Now I'm going to be adding this blue star next to the gold star and on top of the spaceship thing. Now, for the final piece, I'm going to be adding the topper.